Friday workshop!
What are we doing in the workshop this week?
This week we're doing a comparison. Ryobi versus Ridgid.
Yeah, so without further ado,
Here we go.
Ryobi and Ridgid are both made by a company, an external company, I believe they're out of Hong Kong, called TTI.
What's that stand for?
Tectonic? Technical Industries or something like that? Boy, you just called me out on that. Google it, maybe I'm wrong, but I think that's what it is. Both of these are Ryobi. Now, with any tool brand, if you own one type of tool, battery powered, and you're on a battery platform, it just makes sense to stay with that tool brand because you can swap the batteries in and out and back and forward. So if you have Ryobi Tools, it just makes sense to, and you're in a battery platform, to get more battery powered tools.
But Dad, this is a cord.
Well, we're on the Makita platform. So we typically grab whatever tools are best for our needs, right? And so if we use them a lot, we tend to buy a more expensive tool. If we don't use them a ton, we'll tend to buy a cheaper tool. There are some other reasons why you would buy a tool over another. Ryobi, this is the new style. The green, this lime green, if you know
is this
that.
the old one?
That is the old style, the old blue. These tools are amazing. They've both been fantastic. They're great tools. The keyless chuck on this is a little weird, but as far as Ryobi goes, we got lots of good tools for Ryobi. So the tool selection is totally there with Ryobi. Ryobi has an immense tool selection. If you go to Home Depot, you can find an incredible amount of tools. Everything from what can you find?
Well, let's see. You can find a drill, you can find this, and a lot more in between.
Yes. Saws and, everything from Ryobi has fans and they have, cooling and lights and they even have soldering irons. It's crazy. They have a crazy amount of tools. And the battery platform hasn't changed in forever. So you can use the same batteries since the inception, and they basically said we're never changing the battery platform. So your battery should work forever. The bummer part about it is it's an old style of battery. Yeah. As far as power tools go, Ryobi makes a great power tool, and the warranty on it is pretty good. It's several years. I've never actually turned one in because they've always worked pretty well. We've had a few Ryobi tools that didn't work so well, sanders. And a few other things. The sanders just die. Yeah. Anything that spins
doesn't do well.
What do you think about Ryobi tools?
I think they're pretty good. I feel like we don't use them very much because we're a Makita platform, but they're there when you need them.
They do make bits as well, and the Ryobi bits are a little bit cheaper, but they're not bad. So pros for Ryobi are
they're pretty they're pretty cheap, and you can find them pretty much anywhere.
Yeah, Home Depot for sure. If you have one locally, you can find Ryobi tools. You can also find them online. And then the selection is just insane. I mean, look at Ryobi tools. They're just crazy amount of things that you can get for Ryobi tools. If you're not into heavy construction, if you're just using it as a woodworker, you don't need a ton of tools. And so it's not a bad set of tools.
Yep. So let's check out the Ridgid stuff.
Ridgid! So, the benefit of Ridgid is that it has a lifetime warranty. A lot of people pick Ridgid tools because they have a lifetime warranty. I've never, ever heard of anyone actually getting the lifetime warranty. This is not like the old Craftsman at Sears when you could just go to a garage sale, pick up an old, rusty, a wrench, take it into Sears and get a brand new one. From what I hear, there's a process to go through it, and it's onerous and difficult. I don't know that for sure. I've never tried to do that, but I've not heard great things about the lifetime warranty of Ridgid. And that's the main part about it. If you want to go a little bit nicer on a tool and you want to spend a little bit more money than Ryobi, TTI also has a third, more expensive brand called Milwaukee. And if you want to go for the nicer tool, it's kind of a better bang for your buck type of deal. There is one thing that Ridgid makes that's absolutely amazing, and that is Ridgid shop vacs. So you cannot go wrong with a Ridgid shop vac. They're incredible. They're amazing. They're decent price. They suck like nobody's business. We use this Ridgid shop vac in our shop, and we have nothing bad to say about it. Other tools, we've heard less than stellar things, especially with some of the impact drills. So, as such, we really don't even have any other Ridgid tools in the shop. But we can't turn down a good Ridgid shop vac, so Ridgid wins on the shop vac. But other than that, we don't really use Ridgid tools.
Friday Workshop! And that was our comparison.
Yeah, I guess there are two other Ridgid tools that I've heard really good things about, and that is the spindle sander and the chop saw that extends. Both of those, decent price chop saw, the extending miter saw, and the spindle sander, I hear, are phenomenal tools. Other than that,
not much
great things with the Ridgid. So that's our comparison. If you like videos like these,
check out this one.
Yep.